cats and kittens. I am here today to do a video about my hair. I get a lot of questions about it pretty much on the daily, so I've kind of compiled a list of frequently asked questions. I know you guys don't know me very well, but that's usually the first thing that people ask about. So I wanted to just kind of get it all out of the way. I'll probably do another video if my channel gets popular enough, just because I'm sure that there will be other questions that will get asked all the time. And my answers were probably going to change, to be honest, so I will probably do another one in the future. But for now, I just wanted to cover the basics and kind of get it all out of the way. So let's get started. I dyed my hair pink in March-ish of 2013. So I've been pink for over a year and a half now. About a year and a half now. I did it at a time when I wasn't working, but I had money and time to do it, and so I didn't really have any obligation to not do what I wanted, and I haven't really looked back. My hair has been hot pink, it's been light pink, it's been pastel pink, it's been so light pink that it's almost blonde, and I've kind of moved back to this cotton candy, not cotton candy, but kind of like a candy color pink. I like it, it's my favorite. I really liked the pastel at first, and when we first did my hair pink, that was kind of the gold color was a pastel. And once I did it, like I said, I loved it at first, but it started to kind of fade, which I knew it would, and we kept re-dyeing it, but it just wasn't quite what I wanted it to be, and I really did miss the hot pink. So just recently, within the past couple weeks, I've moved back to this deeper pink color, and I love it. I'm really happy with it again. So the first time that we did it, I did go into a salon. It took me, I was in the salon for 7 to 8 hours. They ordered lunch for me because I was there all day. We had to bleach it, I believe, 3 times altogether on the first day. My hair is really like a mousy dark brown color naturally. It's pretty close to the eyebrows. I do fill my eyebrows, but it's pretty close to that. So I did have to bleach it. I don't recommend that you bleach your hair by yourself at least the first time that you're trying to go lighter or trying to do a natural color. I don't like messing with bleach. It's something that you have to be really careful about, and there's a cat in my background. So yeah, don't mess with bleach. Also, you do have to bleach your hair to get this color, unless you are naturally very light blonde. People always say, oh, I would do it if I didn't have to bleach my hair, blah blah blah. You have to. It's just something that has to be done unless your hair is really naturally light blonde. If you don't, it doesn't end up getting this true color. You will end up, if you have brown hair, like I've done my pink over the brown, my natural brown before, and it just turns red. It's just one of those things, like, you've got to kind of take the good with the bad. Before I did it, I knew I was gonna do it. I didn't have an appointment, but I knew I was gearing up towards it. So I actually took really good care of my hair for about 3 months before I did it. So I would not blow dry my hair for 3 months. I blow dry the bangs, but I've only ever really just blow dried my bangs anyways. But for 3 months, I didn't really touch my hair with a hair straightener or flat iron, which is crazy because I actually use it a lot. I use a flat iron to straighten and curl my hair both. So it was that part was difficult. I would do like deep conditioning masks on my hair a lot, a couple times a week. What else? Just using like leave-in conditioners and everything. I tried not to wash my hair very often because it's very bad for it. It strips your hair of oil, and since I was trying to regain health, I was washing it probably twice a week, maybe less, honestly. I used a lot of dry shampoo, and I also started to use sulfate and phthalate and paraben-free stuff. I did that kind of as a separate thing because I wanted my hair to be more curly, because my hair is naturally very curly. This is straightened a couple days ago. Um, so yeah, I started all that before I actually did dye it pink so that I could build up my hair before we had to strip it back completely down. Um, the first time we did it, I believe we used, I want to say Pravana on it. I can't remember. I'll have to ask my hairdresser. She's going to be mad. I can't remember. But since then, I've been using Special Effects, and I have used a lot of different hair dye, and the Special Effects is by far my favorite. Pravana does not work for me. It just doesn't. It rinses out so quickly on me. The Manic Panic is the same. I can't stand Manic Panic these days. I have had the best luck with Special Effects. My hair just drinks it in, and I always tell people, like, this sounds so snooty, but pink and reds are super hard to keep in anyone's hair, and I used to have the hardest time keeping my hair red. I had it fire engine red years ago. But my hair likes being pink. I say this all the time to people. I haven't had any trouble keeping the color in at all. It wants to be pink. It really does. And then I have stories with my hairdresser when we tried to lighten it into a pastel. We had the hardest time. It didn't want to let go of the pink color. It's stained pink. If I ever have to dye it dark, it's going to be difficult. Really difficult. I get my roots touched up about once a month. Sometimes I'm not super great at it. My mom would be the first person to tell you that. She's not super thrilled. Sometimes I go 5 weeks-ish if I'm broke. I still get my hair done with the same girl, Miss Kristen, who did my hair originally. I wouldn't go to anywhere else. I love her. She's mine, and I am hers forever. She has my heart. She takes care of me. She knows my hair really well, and I do highly, highly recommend, trying to build a relationship with your hairstylist if this is something that you're interested in, because it just makes it so much easier to keep up with. If you have someone that's helping you out and letting you know what could work and what will probably not work, I highly recommend it a lot. We didn't start out knowing each other, but I've seen her at least once a month for a year and a half now, so we're pretty good friends these days. So that's definitely something that I highly recommend. She bleaches my roots for me. I don't trust myself to use bleach. I would make a hot mess of it, and it's already usually a hot mess anyways. So I don't bleach my own roots. Sometimes I do have her dye it for me. Usually I will take in my Special Effects dye and she will mix it for me and actually apply it, if I have the time and the money to do that. If not, I will dye it myself, and that's totally fine. I will just go and have her bleach it and then go home immediately and dye it. I don't ever wait, because that just looks weird. When I get my roots bleached, I look like Draco Malfoy. It's all slicked back and blonde. But yeah, when I do the color at home myself, I mix my own hair dye usually. I have a huge stockpile just from attempting to do this for, a couple of years, a year and a half now. I do have some Manic Panic. I do have a couple different shades of Special Effects pink. I had some of I think it's called Ion Color from Sally's. I can't remember, to be honest. Not important. I still swear by the Special Effects, and that's mostly what I use, and that's why I haven't gotten rid of that stockpile of dye yet. What I will do when I dye my own hair, when I had the really hot pink, I was pretty much just applying the Special Effects directly to my head. It's the Special Effects Atomic Pink. And then when I was pastel, the Special Effects Cupcake Pink actually was perfect. But towards the end of the pastel reign, which is actually really recently, I can't find the Cupcake Pink anywhere anymore for some reason. eBay, Amazon, no shops online have it. But the Atomic Pink is still all over the place. So what I will do these days is actually take the Atomic Pink and mix it with some conditioner. I don't really have any super great advice for this, other than it's really good for your hair and it helps keep your hair healthy. You just want a tiny, tiny bit though, generally. I use a lot of conditioner this is when I re-dye my hair every month. I use a lot of conditioner and I just kind of put a drop of the special effects in, and you want to mix it up. Take a look at the color. What you can do is something that Kristen told me forever ago, but dip a paper towel in it and let it sit for a few minutes and then rinse it out, and that will be pretty close to the color that actually applies onto your hair. Just be really careful with this stuff. Oh, what was I going to say? Oh, for upkeep. So you want to try and use sulfate, phthalate, and paraben-free conditioners and shampoos at all times. At some point, I might make a companion video to this to tell you like exactly what I'm using right now and what has worked for me in the past as far as like shampoos and conditioners go. I'm not going to tell you any about it at the moment because I honestly don't have it written down yet. But just kind of look for things that are a little bit more natural and don't have the sulfates, phthalates, and parabens in them, because that stuff all strips your hair. You want to try and stay away from anything with alcohol in it, obviously, and you want to take cold showers. Warm water opens your hair cuticle and lets the color actually flow out more freely. So you want to, if you can, rinse your hair in as cold water as you can stand. You don't have to do the damn ice bucket challenge, but, you know, don't have steaming hot water running over your hair. You want to kind of wash your hair as little as possible. Usually I wash mine twice a week only, no more than that. Sometimes once a week if I can get away with it with dry shampoos and all that. It depends on how greasy I get. But just so you know, washing hair is actually not very good for it, so keep that in mind. I've done a lot of research on this stuff. I know what I'm talking about as far as that goes. All you gotta do is Google it. Washing hair is bad for it. Try not to do it all the time. Even if you have greasy hair, your skin and your hair, there's a cat again. Your pores basically overproduce oil when you are stripping it of too much oil. So even if you have greasy hair naturally, sometimes it's because you're not using the right shampoo or you're washing it too much. And this is the same with your face too, but I'm going to do a whole different series on skincare. This one's just for hair. So when you have brightly colored hair, washing your hair less is better. Let's see, what else? Is my hair damaged? Yes, there's no way around this. I get this question a lot. Do you have to bleach your hair to do it? Yes. Does bleaching your hair damage your hair? Oh my god, yes. It's terrible for it. I don't recommend this to anyone, really. I get a lot of times ladies will come up to me and say, oh, my daughter wants to do it, wants to go pink, blah, blah, blah. Is there any way around it? No. Buy a wig. Buy extensions, dye the extensions. There's no way around it. If you want brightly colored hair, you have to bleach it. I don't recommend it for your 10-year-old daughter. Get her a wig. It's cheaper, it's easier, her hair won't fall out of her head. I've never had that happen, by the way. Knock on wood, but it's not good for your hair, and I don't really recommend it. I get asked a lot if it's for a cause, and this question always makes me feel guilty because it's not. It didn't even start out that way. It's just pure vanity. Yeah, and I always feel terrible when people ask me that question. I wish that I could say that I was noble enough, that I dyed my hair for a cause and blah, 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 but it's not. It's not for breast cancer awareness. I don't like to pretend that it is because it isn't. It's not just for a month a year, it's all year round. I love it. I wouldn't change it for the world. Let's see, what else? Oh, I was going to tell you this too, actually. I take vitamins. I take a shitload of biotin for my hair at Miss Kristen, my hairdresser's suggestion. And it is helping it grow faster, and I feel like I have noticed a difference as far as strength goes. So that's definitely something that I recommend as well, is taking biotin. Biotin is in like regular daily vitamin supplements, but I take those, but then I also take pure biotin. I can't remember how many milligrams it is, but it's a lot. Yeah. I just have this mental image of my hair just like bursting out and flying around. What else? Let's see. I personally have never had the experience of anyone ever being mean to me about my hair. I know that this happens to men and women that dye their hair in natural colors, like catcalling and stuff like that, and I've never had that happen personally. I've never had to deal with that, thankfully. I don't really know why people would be horrible to each other ever, really, but especially about something like that. I know that it happens, but I haven't experienced it. Everyone has been super, super nice to me about it. Everybody loves it. You'll get asked a lot of questions, and you will be touched a lot. I get petted a lot. Generally, people are pretty good about asking permission, which I'm fine with. If they ask, it's not a big deal. I'll usually just be like, yeah, here you go, whatever. Kids are obsessed. You can, do no wrong if you have brightly colored hair. With kids, I get told a lot that I look like a My Little Pony. I get that one a lot, which is funny to me. But yeah, it's really, really cute and fun. People stare, definitely. So you want to, be mentally prepared for that. And honestly, it was kind of weird at first, but it was never anything bad. I just kind of like laughed it off, and now I don't even notice anymore. The thing that does bother me is when people take pictures and think that I don't notice. All you have to do is ask. I'm vain. I'm a vain piece of shit. I will let you take my picture all damn day, but you need to tell me so that I can make sure that that picture looks cute. I really don't like when people think that they're being sneaky about it, because I almost always know what you're doing. If you have your phone and you're going, yeah, I know what you're doing. And then the favorite is when people forget to put their phones on silent and it clicks. Fucking idiots. Yeah, definitely. And this, even if you aren't looking to color your hair or anything, don't take pictures of people without their permission. Just tell them. They're always probably going to say yes. I don't know why it's such a big deal. Last year, my best friend and I went to Japan together, and I had just dyed my hair pink. No, it was a couple months. It was like 3 months or so later, and we had a million people take pictures of us, and everybody wanted to talk to us, and we were like rock stars, and it was amazing. That's a story for another day, but it was just funny. I thought of it because of the cameras, because there were people on subways, on the streets, on trains, like all over the freaking place, buses just taking pictures of us left and right. And for the most part, we knew they were doing it. They didn't necessarily ask for permission because they didn't necessarily know how, but like they would obviously be doing it, and that's fine, whatever. But we did have a couple people try and like sneakily take pictures, and I always make faces at them if I catch them doing it. I think that pretty much sums it up, honestly. I have a cheat sheet of notes, so I'm trying to think of any other questions. If you guys think of any, I'm happy to answer them, so please just let me know. I'm generally pretty good with skincare and hair care anyways, so if you have any questions about hair care in general, doesn't even have to be about pink, just let me know. I'll see what I can do. If nothing else, I can always ask my friend, the hairstylist, Miss Kristen, and maybe we can help each other out with that. I would like to do a companion video to this. Maybe I'll do it today. I don't know, we'll see. About what products I'm using and what has worked for me and what has not. Maybe I'll do that. We'll see. Anyways, if you guys have any questions, let me know. This video was 20 minutes long, which I didn't intend for it to be, but I talk a lot, so there you go. So, let me know what you think. Be sure to like my video. I'm going to try and start uploading more and more videos to my channel. Yeah, feel free to leave me comments down in the comment section, and thumbs up for everyone. Alright, I'll see you soon, guys.